Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of our Heroes of the Storm A through Z playthrough, we're going to be playing Tychus. Tychus is the final game of the week, and he's a ranged assassin. So that's kind of exactly what we've been doing all the way up to this point anyway, so get ready for some of the same stuff that you've been seeing. So I'm going to show you the build that I play with Tychus, a little bit of how I think the character should be played. I'll let you know some of the stuff about playing the character, some tips that might help you figure out what to do with him if you enjoy him, and then we'll hopefully make it exciting, because I kind of like this character's a little bit boring, if we're being completely truthful. So, the team comps today are going to be Artanis, Diablo, Medivh, Brightwing, and Tychus versus Lucio, Sylvanas, Johanna, Leeming, and Raynor. We're playing on Battlefield of Eternity, and we do not have really anything for race, especially if Artanis didn't take Amateur Opponent, and he did. Oh my god. He's like, I know the map, I know the talent, I'm going to pick it. But this is a Tychus video, and Artanis is dead in the top lane, so let's talk about Tychus. Now the build, in case you need it, we'll give it to you right away. So we're taking quarterback at 1. We're going to take the bigger they are at 4. 7 is going to be melting point. 10 will end up, I think I'm going to goof around and take laser drill. 13 is going to be neo steel coating, likely. 16 will end up being armor piercing rounds, and then 20 will be the focusing diodes. So because we're picking laser and going full meme, we have to take the laser 20, otherwise the laser is just completely useless. And to be honest with you, even at 20, it may end up being entirely useless. So I think the laser is more of a split push talent than it is a team fight talent, because it is very easily killed, but that's a conversation for later on in the video. We need to talk about Tychus's abilities, because they are fairly simple, but they all do big damage, and it's very important to know how and when to use them. So your Q is called Overkill. It is a point-and-click ability that is targeted on one person, and then Tychus will move and shoot that target, like so. You can see it going right now. He can also retarget the ability while using while channeling the Overkill. But remember, when you're using this ability, it's an AoE ability, so it's going to do maximum damage to the target that you're lined up on, but it's also going to do AoE damage to any targets around that, whether they're minions, heroes, whatever. So the ability itself does a ridiculous amount of damage, but the channel time on it is what makes it kind of wonky to use, especially into a character like Johanna, who is always condemning, always doing her best to cancel your overkill, which is really unfortunate. But it is incredibly easy for her to do, so you have to be really careful in that matchup, specifically when you're using your overkill, and if you're using it on Johanna specifically, wait until the condemn is down, wait until the shield is down, and then rip it, because it's very good at securing kills after you used all of the damage from your trait, which is coming, I promise. Your W, probably the most reliable ability in your entire kit, if we're being honest, is just called Frag Grenade. Frag Grenade is just a big ol' grenade. You throw it, it explodes, it does damage, but there are talents that we are ultimately taking for this thing that are going to make it just absolutely ungodly, ridiculously strong. And one of those will be our level 1 talent, the quarterback, which is going to increase the damage of the ability and the range of the ability just right off the bat, and it's going to make playing around some poke damage possible for Tychus. Typically, Tychus has to go in, press the buttons, and get damage that way, but when you're playing with your quarterback at level 1, you are able to do damage consistently from very far away, and that's going to be extremely helpful. Can you get that stun? You didn't get that stun. Raynor was just directly in front of the wall. Maybe he didn't have it up. That's unfortunate. But your E is just called Dash. I know, super. Oh no, it's Run and Gun. Sorry, Dash is the talent. Run and Gun is, it's just a dash. That's it. That's really all that it is. You can see, dash is short distance. Ta-da! But what this is doing is giving Tychus a repositioning ability. It can be used during overkill. It can be used while you are an Odin, if you're taking Odin. It is just quite simply a safety button for Tychus, or it can be an aggressive button for Tychus. Giving this character mobility is really important because he is very capable of getting into a sticky predicament if you're just not in the right place. Also, I just like to point out the color coordination on my mountain skin because it's fantastic. Yes. Yes, it is. That is all. Now we can get back to talking about the trait, the most important part of Tychus's entire kit, his D button. It's called Minigun. When you activate this ability, you're going to get 3 seconds of doing 2.5% maximum health damage per auto attack to whichever target you are on. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but when you factor in how fast Tychus attacks, you can easily see how that damage can stack up. What is it? The N button? No, it's the C button. No, C is camera. There it is. Found it. It's Control C. So our attack per second is 4. So we do 4 attacks per second. There it is. 4 attacks per second. So that is 2.5%, 4 times a second, which comes out to, what is that, 10%. 10% max health in a single second. As long as you've got all the auto attacks going on a single target. If you can just sit there and shoot with minigun, people die fast against this hero. Whether they're tanks, whether they're squishies, no matter who they are, Tychus will shred that HP bar to next to nothing very, very quick. And we're going to take other talents along this build path that are going to make that do even more damage, even faster, and it is crazy just how quick you can delete people with this character. So one thing that I want to take away, or I want you to take away from this video, if you do anything at all, remember that Tychus does have something of a combo. So what you're going to do, ultimately, if you're safe enough to do it, you will hit someone with your minigun active for as long as possible, and then once they hit anywhere from 30 to 40% of their health remaining, that's when you switch over to your overkill. And you chase them down with your Q ability, let that run its maximum distance, let that do its maximum amount of damage, and then at that point, they should be anywhere from 5 to 10% left on their health bar, which is perfect, the perfect window for killing them with a frag grenade. So you don't even have to completely channel the overkill most times because you can knock them down quite far. Throw a frag grenade at them and the frag grenade will kill them, especially if you've got quarterback at 1 and Titan grenade at 16. Not that I'm taking Titan grenade, but that ability in and of itself is very, very strong for the frag grenade. Ooh, can we get the Rainer? Looks like Lucio is going to save his life. Brightwing coming in to give me a health boost that I desperately needed, and we need to start focusing on the objective, but that's why we've got the laser. Let's team fight. We'll let the laser do all the damage while I sit here and poke into the Sylvanas. She's going to die to the grenade damage and the minigun coupled together. Nothing she can do. The laser is still going. We're going to drop this bad boy down to halftime almost entirely on our own. Oh boy. Ooh, dodging that Ming ball. Super good. Loved that run gun. Way to go past me. We're doing it. I can't really get anywhere close to them anymore. I don't have any mana, so I was just throwing a frag grenade at the boss, and it looks like we got it. We got the halftime, but we're going to lose our Diablo, which is probably not good either. Don't go back in, my man. What are you doing? Everybody's trying to save you. Just leave. Oh, thank God. That was nuts. Johanna's in the bush. I could probably get... Yeah, there it is. We stopped the back with the frag grenade just in time. So now the enemy team has got to let her go back still, which is still probably going on. Artanis is ready. We can go in and do some damage. Ooh, Sylvanas is split from her team. She's going to get slammed and jammed upon. Now, the ult that we picked up, the Drakken laser drill, it's pretty trash. I'll be honest with you. Compared to Odin, laser feels shitty because it can be killed. Number one, it has very small amount of health comparatively, and it is huge, so it will eat literally infinite amounts of AoE damage, even if the enemy team isn't focusing it. So it can do a lot of damage if you just like let it do damage, but it doesn't feel good, which sucks. My team is dying underneath the fort before the Immortal even gets to the fort for our push. So we're just gonna waste everything that we got from the objective. Way to go, team. Love it. Way to fight over nothing. Really happy with that. I'm gonna go get some minions and hopefully that building down on the bottom side, because my laser is up, and this is where I think laser really shines. Not in coordinated team fight objective pushes, but in solo split push Tychus fashion. Like if you're gonna play army Asmo, it's gonna be kind of the same idea with laser Tychus. Lucio came down here to bother me, and the minions didn't push up far enough to take the aggro off of the laser, which is unfortunate. But the good news is, since Lucio is the one down here dealing with me, our team should have an advantage up on the top side, even though Medivh is dead, Li Ming is also dead, and now I can start focusing on killing this building some more. So what should have happened here is the minions, had they pushed up enough, they would have eaten the tower aggro so that the laser can go down and kill the building quicker, but I put it down in the wrong spot, so it couldn't hit the building, and it may actually outrange the turret, or the tower, I'm not sure. But it's a free building for us either way. Anyway, the ability itself, we're going to call down a drill, dealing 237 damage a second, and it lasts 22 seconds. And you can reassign new targets with it just by hitting the R button. It's okay. In order for this ability to be good in team fights, I think it should have the range that it does at level 20, and I think maybe you drop the damage down to 50% of what it is now and let it ramp up to 150% of what it is now over a specific time on one target. That would make it much better, because you can place it safer, it won't die immediately, and you could potentially kill tanks, you can kill people who are hiding around flanks. I see, like right now, that the maximum range around the turret, you can see the circle. I think it needs to go further, which may ultimately break the talent, but at the same time, laser needs something. It's just not doing enough as an ultimate right now to compete with Odin, because Odin is disgustingly good at sieging, at team fighting, at everything that you need Odin to do. It is done. So I really hope at some point the Drakken laser drill gets some attention, but as it stands right now, it's a meme talent. It's fun, but it's not good. So I apologize if you like the Drakken laser drill. I do too. It's not comparable to the Odin. We're just going to go ahead and easily kill the Immortal while our team tries to defend up top, doing whatever they're doing. I don't really know why, but I guess we can come try and help. The blind goes down from Artanis. Johanna is in the middle of our team. She should be the first to die, but we're all going to go past, and that is unfortunate. Johanna on her steed, we're just catching her at the tail end of that, so we could still probably kill her. Nope, guess not. Everybody on the team deciding that Johanna was not a priority, including myself, which is a bit unfortunate. But we still got the fort, and it looks like she may die anyway. Wow, yeah. Hyper Dead just got shoved backwards. Now the talents, oh my god, I've been talking about the level 10 for so long, I forgot that there's a build. Quarterback, we've already said, it increases the range and the damage of the ability, which is incredibly good for poke and efficient damage. Really good stuff. Level 4 is going to be your big minigun tier. So ultimately, In the Rhythm is going to increase the duration, but the bigger they are, is going to increase the damage bonus that you do from 2.5 to 4%. So we do 4 autos in a single second, which means that we do 16% max health damage per second until the target gets to 30% of their maximum health. And then, like I said earlier, when they get to that point, You use your overkill on them until you can get the kill with the frag grenade, and that person should be dead AF. Just super done for, nothing they can do. That's why I love the bigger they are. I just think it's the best talent at the tier. And for some reason, I've been seeing Kepi, Storm's player for CCL, taking Master Assassin quite often. And I think the reason that he does that is to get the attack speed on the Odin, but the other reason would be that the other talents in that whatever specific situation he's playing aren't as good or aren't as possible as the attack speed that you're getting from Master Assassin. So I don't really know. I still feel like that talent's really weak unless you have a player that's specifically very good at using it, like Kepi, but who knows? I will never take it myself. I hate it. I think it's dumb. I don't want it. And especially now, since we didn't pick Odin, no reason to take it. And then your 7 talent is Melting Point. This is your big wave clear talent. This is the reason that I ended up picking this build for Tychus is because looking at my team, I'm like, oh, she's dead. Get ready for the frag grenade. There it is. The range, the damage, Li Ming is done for. But Melting Point ultimately is you can kill an entire wave with this build with just 1 W. You can just throw your grenade, maybe hit it with an auto attack or 2, and then walk away. Like you can see the minions are just instantly disintegrated. So what this is doing is the damage is increased. It's also going to do additional damage over time when you get hit with a frag grenade, but that damage is increased against minions. Is it just minions or is it minions and mercenaries? Oh, it's everything. Minions, mercenaries, and monsters are going to take additional damage when hit by your frag grenade, which is crazy good, not only for the race on this map, but the wave clear, and you can just throw the grenade, get back to what you're doing. It's so incredibly strong. You have no idea. Which is good because it has to compete with Combat Tactician, which I feel like is also extremely, extremely strong. Which is, if I didn't have to be all the wave clear, my nose is insanely itchy right now. If I didn't have to be all the wave clear for my team, I probably would have gone for Combat Tactician, because this is a 2-lane map, there's a lot of team fighting, but really I want that wave clear so I can let my team do whatever they're doing and be independent, ultimately. Got our overkill interrupted. Oh my god, it looks like Brightwing is almost dead. Lucio going to kill her. Unfortunately, we are on the back foot now, but Sylvanas getting launched forward by her own ability. Can he get her? Nope. Looks like she might. Nope, she's definitely not going to make it. Getting flipped backwards. And Artanis is also trying to fight on the objective still. We need to walk forward. We've been stunned by the Johanna. We got to back up just a teeny bit. Looks like that should be a dead Rainer while I'm doing the objective. Thank God. Artanis got it. Johanna will also die for the Rainer, it looks like. Perfect. Nailing it. Everything going according to plan. Neo Steel Coating is our 13 talent, and the reason that we've taken this ability specifically is because of Li Ming and Sylvanas. Because of the amount of melee, or sorry, spell damage that they are doing, we can just push this button and instantaneously get 75 spell armor for 4 seconds, blocking all of their shit, almost entirely negating it. So at the outset of a team fight, if we're going to take some damage from them, we hit it, we block the damage, we win. And if you've got Odin, you also have 25 armor on that bad boy. It's an incredibly good survivability talent. I don't know why the team was, well, my Diablo at least was really dead set on that middle tower for some reason, instead of helping me push up the wave, getting the gate dead, and putting damage on the fort so that the Immortal can end the game. But whatever, it's quick match, I shouldn't be expecting anything. So that's what we were doing down there while our team was finishing off the objective. We took armor-piercing rounds at 16, which is going to increase the damage of our overkill the longer that it goes, which again is going to put us better off in that window where we can kill people with frag grenade. It's really, really good for that. And if you're missing a lot of damage from your minigun, like right now, you can see that the overkill took like 50% of Sylvanas' health bar out of the picture. I mean, it's really good when you can just shred them. She didn't get close enough to die, unfortunately, with the frag grenade, but that is okay. And then at 20, we are going to be picking up the focusing diodes. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but right now, the turret is outside of the range of the core because of the range increase that you get on it, and the longer that it focuses a single target, the more damage it's going to do to it. So the core died with a lot of help from the Drakken laser drill. That's yours truly, 0 deaths, plenty of damage on the Immortal, lots of XP contribution, and siege damage done. I mean, just loving it. And my team, ultimately, at the end of the day, they did play well enough that they didn't die so often that I could do all those things on the other side of the map and compensate for all the experience that they were not getting. So really good stuff on the team for only dying 9 times. Good stuff. Way to go, boys. 106,000 siege damage. Good stuff. Diablo beat me in damage, if you can believe that. He was full fire, though. Yeah. He was full fire, full lightning breath, Hellstorm at 20. He did crazy amounts of damage and was definitely team fighting more often than I was. So I can definitely understand the disparity in the numbers. But ultimately, if you're playing with Tychus and you're team fighting a lot like you should be, you'll have really high hero damage numbers regardless, because you're doing percent damage baseline. I mean, that's just that good. But again, the build that we have today, quarterback at 1, the bigger they are at 4, melting point at 7, Drakken laser drill at 10, neo steel coating at 13, armor piercing rounds at 16, and then focusing diodes at 20. The only thing that's really different about this build, if you're playing to maximum effectiveness, is the ultimate. You're going to take Odin instead of drill so that you can be more consistent in siege damage and you can be better off in team fights. So this is the maximum efficiency Tychus build. Do yourself a favor, start learning how to play with this if you haven't already, if you want to play this character better. And there you have it. That is it for this week. We'll be back next week. I think Tyrael comes after Tychus, so that'll be that'll be a thing. Oh, I can already see the trauma. I can just picture it in my mind. It's going to be very difficult to win with that character, but it'll still be fun because Tyrael is a good tank. So I'll see you there. Bye.